Dr. Leonard Freeman, the chief neurologist at St. Helena's Hospital, had built an illustrious career. However, as years passed, the shimmer of his early dedication waned, replaced by a systematic, disinterested approach to medicine. His former zeal was buried under mounds of paperwork, relentless administrative pressures, and countless faces seeking relief. The hospital, located at the heart of the city, was always bustling. The white halls echoed with hurried footsteps and the cacophony of hushed conversations. Yet, in the midst of this, one room remained oddly detached: Dr. Freeman's office. There, a calendar filled with back-to-back appointments awaited him daily. Each patient received a scant few minutes, a fleeting look, a cursory diagnosis, and they were ushered out with a prescription. Into this room walked Clara. In her mid-30s, she carried herself with a quiet strength. As a teacher, she had a natural curiosity and had done her research. Her recurring headaches, fatigue, and dizzy spells didn't fit her otherwise healthy lifestyle. She suspected something grave. "I've read about these symptoms, Dr. Freeman," she voiced, her concern evident. "Do you think a CT scan might be in order?" He barely looked up from his notes, immediately dismissing her self-diagnosis. "Internet anxiety," he concluded. "It's common these days. Just relax more, avoid screen time, and these will help," he said, scribbling a prescription for painkillers. Clara tried to follow the doctor's advice. Yet, the episodes intensified. She'd be in the middle of teaching when a searing pain would strike, or she'd lose focus, the world around her blurring unpredictably. With Dr. Freeman's dismissal heavy on her mind, she hesitated but eventually sought a second opinion. Another neurologist ordered an immediate CT scan, revealing the unthinkable: a sizable brain tumor, advanced and aggressive. Despite a valiant fight, Clara's health spiraled rapidly. The school held a memorial service, students leaving flowers and notes, mourning the teacher who'd touched countless lives. St. Helena's corridors whispered the tragic tale of the young woman and the doctor's grave oversight. Guilt is an insidious entity. For Leonard, it began subtly. Working late, he'd sense someone behind him, but turning around would reveal nothing. He dismissed it as exhaustion. However, soon, the late-night hours in his office became haunting episodes. One night, as he reviewed a file, the room's temperature dropped abruptly. The overhead lights flickered. And then, he saw her. Clara stood by the doorway, her face pale, but her eyes, they burned with pain and accusation. She whispered, "I asked for a scan," before fading away. Night after night, Clara's spirit haunted him. She'd appear in reflections, in dark corners, her voice echoing in his ears, always with the same plea: "Sleep," eluded Leonard. He became a husk of his former self, the shadows under his eyes deepening, his once pristine coat now unkempt. Rumors spread like wildfire. Nurses swapped stories of the doctor who muttered to himself, who seemed to jump at his own shadow. Patients felt his distant demeanor, sensing his increasing disconnection. The hospital board took notice. Concerns arose about Dr. Freeman's capability to practice. During a particularly challenging surgery, Leonard thought he saw Clara beside him, her mournful eyes watching his every move. He faltered, jeopardizing the procedure, saved only by a quick-acting colleague. One evening, drained and desperate, Leonard finally confronted Clara's apparition. "What can I do?" he pleaded, voice quivering. "How can I make it right?" Her reply, though soft, was clear: "Listen. Truly listen. Do not let another plea go unheard." Leonard took a leave of absence. He needed to rediscover the essence of medicine and the solemnity of the oath he once took. He traveled to remote villages, offering his services, witnessing firsthand the importance of every diagnostic tool, and learning the value of patient input. He attended conferences, absorbing the latest in medical practices, and imbibed the wisdom of physicians who held patient care above all else. Most importantly, he listened. He listened to his peers, to his inner voice, and to the countless stories of patients whose insights had been crucial in their diagnoses. Months later, a rejuvenated Dr. Leonard Freeman returned to St. Helena's. Gone was the clinical, detached approach. Instead, each patient was met with genuine interest and attention. He became an advocate for patient education, ensuring they had all the information necessary to be involved in their own care. He also introduced mandatory second opinions for critical diagnoses, ensuring that no one would fall through the cracks again. In memory of Clara, Leonard founded the Clara Patient Advocacy Wing. It became a beacon for patient rights, focusing on empowering patients with knowledge and emphasizing the crucial role of doctor-patient communication. Clara's haunting ceased, but she was never forgotten. Leonard often visited her grave, laying fresh flowers, a silent promise, between them. Through his reformative actions, Dr. Freeman ensured that her tragic fate transformed the very ethos of St. Helena's, making it a paragon of patient-centric care. The story of the doctor, his grievous oversight, and his journey to redemption became a legend, serving as a timeless reminder of the sacred duty every healthcare professional bears.